So in the last class itself, we are discussing about this visual, and in this how we can change the format of this particular visual and everything that we discuss it. In the last class, this particular stacked bar chart, how we can change the design part. Okay, in the format, you have an option like we are discussing like x-axis and y-axis related options. Today we need to discuss about the legend. Okay, legend means you see here it will the values are shown, right? These are called, these we can call it as legend. Okay, so if you want to change anything on the legend, like increasing the size of that size of that or or decreasing the size of that particular legend. Okay, and if you want to see on the top left, it is there. If you want to change the position of that particular legend values, and you can change it. So let's, if you expand the legend, the first option is options. On the options, see on the top left it is shows, right? If you want to put it as a center left or like this, then it will, or else center right means like this. Whichever position you want it, you can choose it here itself. Okay, you can choose it here itself. That means in that position itself, the legend values it will shows it. Okay. Not only that one, if you expand the text, in the text, if you want to increase that particular one, see here like this. If you want to increase the size, if you want to change the color, by default it is black color it is showing, right? The values, it is segment values are showing in the black color. If you want to change with a different color, you can change it. Okay, or if you want to give the title name, okay, see the title name by default it is whatever column name is there, that title name it will come set. Instead of that one, if you want to give the different title name means, you can give it. Understand? This is how we can legend will works. Okay. Next one is grid lines. Grid lines means, suppose if you want to, on the background of this one, when you put a full screen, the background of the visual, some dotted lines will be there. Okay, so if you want to change the color of the dotted lines, like see here, and you change it, then automatically, see here, if I increase the width of this one, then in the dark color, see the background of that particular bars itself, you can see that particular grid lines, right? Those are, most of the times we didn't touch this grid lines part. Okay, so most of the times we don't want to touch anything here itself. Okay, next one is zoom slider is not required. Next one is bars. Here it is showing bars, right? So by default, for all these bars, by default for we will generate the colors. If you want to change the colors of that particular bars means, you have to expand the bars. In that, what colors is there? Instead of that, which color you want to give it, you can give the colors here itself. So suppose, for example, for each and every company, they are maintaining a different color codes. They are maintaining a different color codes. Whichever color you want, so you have to take that particular color code, and in more colors, click on here and paste that color code here. Hexadecimal code is there. Okay, suppose for example client is saying don't use this color, I'm giving one color, you use that color. So whatever color they are giving in the hexadecimal code. They are giving the hexadecimal. That hexadecimal code, if you paste it here, then automatically in that hexadecimal code, what color is there, that color code is generated to that particular one. Because all these colors are in hexadecimal codes. Colors are there in the hexadecimal codes. Okay, so if it is whichever colors you want, you can use it here. If you want to use with the code hexadecimal, if you want to use the hexadecimal codes means click on more colors and just you have to type it that particular color code here, then automatic that means paste that color code here, then automatically in the hexadecimal code what color is there that it will be copied. This is what we are doing in the real time. Okay, so so these colors we didn't use in the real time scenarios because each and every company having their own colors is there. With those colors only we have to use it. With those colors only we have to use it. Okay, so those if you want to use those colors means for each and every color the hexadecimal code, they are giving some hexadecimal code. Those color codes here, those hexadecimal color codes you have to paste it here itself, whichever is required in that position itself you have to paste that hexadecimal code, then automatically in that hexadecimal code what color is there that it is applied to this parse. Like this we can do it. Don't use in the organization level, don't use the default colors. The default whatever Power BI is generated that it will be generated, but we cannot use the Power BI default colors. We have to use organizational related codes, color codes. Okay, so you have to use it here like this. Understand? So whichever color code you want to change it, expand this one and click on more colors. Here itself you can type this hexadecimal code. Okay, then automatically that color is applied to that particular one. This is how you can change the colors of this particular one. And giving spaces like see, so in between bars itself, okay, if you want to decrease the see here in between the bars itself, suppose if I'm taking like this, see like this, the space it will be increased or decreased. Anything you want to do it means here in the under the spacing there is inner padding is there. In this inner padding whichever you want you can choose it like this. Understand? Minimum category width is like this, it will be there. Okay, minimum category width whatever it is that we can apply it here itself. Understand? Next one is data labels. Data labels means that means for bars and everything, whenever you mouse over it you will see the values, right? See here, whenever you mouse over it you will see the COGS value, you will see the profit value. Instead of mouse overing also, I want to see the value. Okay, if I want to see the values of any bars or charts related, then there is an option called data labels. Okay, so by default it is off, it is there. If you on it, then you will see what value of that particular one clearly it will mention it. Understand? Clearly it will show us. Okay, if you want to in under this particular data labels, if you want to increase the size or decrease the size, everything you here itself you can do it. Okay, suppose for example the position, so in the options the where you want to put it. Okay, if you want to put inside the end means like this it will shows it. Okay, if you want to put like a base inside the center means like this it will shows it. Okay, the position that means whatever value is showing the value, that means that particular value where you want to put it, that means where you want to show it, that position you have to select it. By default auto is there, so if you want to change anything means you can change it here itself. Understand clearly? Next one is values. Values means if you want to increase the size or decrease the size of that one, then you have to use this one. Okay, like this. Okay, if you want to increase or decrease the size of that particular one font, then you can see this is an option. Okay, and changing the color and everything like this we can do it here. Understand? This is about data. Data labels are very important in real-time scenario. Okay, sometimes by default these data labels are disabled. You have to enable this one. Okay, so here it is showing individual totals for this particular color. What is the value here? It will show. But I want to see for this complete bar itself, for this country itself, what is the total value? Then you have to enable the total labels. See here, if you enable the total labels, at the end it is what is the total values of all the bars it is showing. For this particular bars, whatever the total value is there, that it will show here itself. Understand? So like this. Okay. Next one is, so plotted area background is not required. Next one is general. See, there are two tabs are there, right? Visual tab and general. So you have to go to the general. There you will see the property. What is the property here? If you want to, that means if you want to increase the height or width of that particular visual, then we have to use it. Suppose if you want to increase the height means height of this visual, then you have to change it like this. See here, it will increase the height of this one. If you want to decrease anything, if you want to increase or decrease the height or width of that particular visual, in the under the general, there is a properties are there. In the properties, you have to change it here size. Next one is position. Position means in which location you have to put it. Okay, that horizontal vertical positions you have to give it here itself. Understand clearly? Okay, next
Yes,
one is,
yes.
next one is, see, by default there is a title is there for that particular one, right? If you want to change the name of the title, then here itself you can say. Whenever you take the columns, automatically Power BI will generate by default it will generate a title. Okay, instead of that, if you want to give your own title, then you have to use it here. Understand? Total. Like this, I'm giving a title. So that value only shows us in the title. This title, if you want to change the font of this title, see like this. I'm changing the font of this title. Like this. And if you want to increase the size or anything means you can increase it. If you want to change the text color, suppose I'm changing the text color as white, then it will be converted into white, and the background color I change it to something like this. If I change it like this, the text color is changed to white. The background of that particular title, whatever the title position is there, that background is changed to with a different color. If you want to change it like this, so most of the times we need to change it like this. Okay, and you can change here itself text color and background color, and you want to put alignment of the title. Okay, so by default it is the left is there. Okay, so most of the times you need to put it in the center part. Select this one. Okay, like this. If you want to increase the size or anything, you can do it here itself. This is about title. See, if one you understand it, remaining all you understand the design part. That's the reason for this visual itself. I will explain you clearly. Okay, so in the effects itself, in the effects, the background color of this particular background of this bars is background of this bars. If you want to give the different color of this one, you can see like this. Suppose if giving this one the color. Okay, understand? That means if you want to give any background of this color of this particular visual means you have to go to the general. There you will see effects, right? This effects is very important. Most of the times in real time, this option we have to use it, like either you can put a background color or also sometimes the visual border is also there. So when you click on, say, there any border is available here? No. But if you want to give the border, then you have to use an option FX. Under the FX, you will see border, you have to on it. If you want to, for this, when you expand this particular visual border, if you want to give the different color, by default it will give the black color. If you want to give the different color, you can use it. Like suppose I'm giving like this. Okay, this is the color I'm giving. Suppose if I want to increase the round corners, okay, in the corners, if you want to that means by default it is in a rectangle shape, it will shows it. Okay, so whenever you go to the Vex, okay, see here, that means if it is 0, what will happen? There is no, see here, it is in a rectangle shape, in a sharp, it will be there. If you want to, in the edges of the corners, if you want to round it like anything, okay, then we have to use an option visual border. Under the round corners, if you want to change the position, then automatically like this. See here. See how the round position is changed of this visual. And if you want to change the round position of that particular visual, means then you have to go to the general. Under this effects, you will see visual border. In the visual border, you can change. And one more important point is most of the times we need to use this option shadow. Okay, when you by default it is off it, when you on it, see the background, the shadow will be happens. It looks like it's very nice for each and every visual. So if the client is accepted to put all the shades and everything, shadow related thing, you have to enable the shadow related for each and every visual. Go to the general, there is an effects is there. Under the effects, you will see an option called shadow. Okay, in the shadow, you have to on that one, or if you change any color also, you can change for the shadow. So that means in this, if you want to change the shadow as outside the center, by default it is that one only. If you want inside, means like this it will happens. Understand? So whichever you want, most of the times we can put it as outside of this one. Okay, bottom right, or so which position you want? Only bottom I want. See here, bottom only you can see the shadow part. Okay, if you want to put okay, top right and everything like this. Okay, okay, if you want to change anything like this, you can give. Okay, so this is what the shadow related part. Another one is header icons will be there. Sometimes the header icons, these are the icons it is showing, right? See, these are the header icons for this visual. If you off it, those icons are disabled. Header icons. Yeah, if you want to change the background color of that particular icons or anything, means here itself. Suppose if I'm giving like this, see the icons of that background color is changed to like this. Okay, by default it is white. So always we don't want to touch the header icons and everything. Another one is tooltip. Okay, suppose if you want to give any tooltip, means here itself you can give it. Okay, but most of the times we didn't touch this particular one. Okay, this is how about this visual. Okay, this is stacked. What is this one? Stacked bar chart. Okay, so not only this one. Now, if you take this particular stacked column chart, see here, whenever you take the stacked column chart, So in this stacked column chart, whatever column, see here for this stacked column chart also, x-axis, y-axis, legend, tooltip, everything is same. If you learn properly for one visual, for other visuals are similar related things only, it will be there. Suppose in this stacked column chart, okay, in this stacked column chart, if you take like suppose for example country in the x-axis and sales in the y-axis, okay. So if you put like this, so x-axis in whichever column you are putting in the x-axis, those are showing like this. These are the bars and everything. So if you want to put any legend values and everything, then you can put in the legend. I told you, right, most of the times we need to put it as a character related column only, okay. So you have to put that particular column here itself. See here in this bars itself, these are the products it is showing. And if you want to small multiples, leave it. Tooltip is important. I told you, right, what is tooltip? When you mouse over to that particular bar itself, the all the values are showing in the box itself, right? This we can call it as tooltip. Okay. So by default, whatever columns you are drag and drop and put it there itself, for those values only the tool, that means the values only it will show it. And these values also, whenever you mouse over it, at that time only it will show it. If you want to see more values, means then whichever values you want, whichever columns you want, that means those columns you need to drag and drop here. You can drag and drop n number of columns here in the tooltip. Like see here, I'm drag and drop. When you mouse over it, you will see the profit and sales price along with the previous values. Understand? Like this. Again, if you want to change the design part of this visual, means again you need to go select this visual and go to the format and see here. Here also x-axis is there, y-axis is there, legend is there, and grid lines is there, columns is there. But there itself bars, right? So it is here in page 13, it is bars related. So it is also bars only. But here, if you want to change anything, means let's see one by one. Okay. If you want to change the x-axis related anything, means here you can go x-axis. And if you want to increase the size or font thing, if you want to change anything, means here itself you can do. And if you want to change the color of this one, you can change it. Okay. And next one is, if you see here below the country value, see here the name is there, right? Country, that is the title. Okay, whatever column you are putting, that column name it is shows. If you don't want this title, means you have to off it. Then you cannot see the country name here itself. Understand? So next one is y-axis one. Y-axis means this is the related thing. These are the things. Okay. If you want to change anything for this one, then you have to use this one. Values, if you want to increase it. Okay. And if you want to, if you don't want any title, means for this one, remove off it. Then you will see those things. Okay. Next one is legend. We already discussed in the previous class for legend, right? Same option here also. If you want to change the position, okay. If you want to change the text, okay, in the text of the font size, in color, anything you want to change it, means you can change it here itself. And title name, if you want to change it, you can change it. Okay. Next one is grid lines. The background you will see dotted lines here, right? Those are the grid lines will be there. If you want to change the grid lines of those of this particular visual, means you can change it. Okay. Next one is columns. Okay. In the columns, in the columns, if you want to change the colors of this particular bars and everything, in the columns, under the columns, you will see all the colors itself here itself. Okay, if you want to change any color or anything means here itself you can change it. Understand? Same like previous thing only. Okay. Okay, next one is data labels. Data labels means I told you, right? If you want to see the values of that particular bar means directly here, then you have to on the data label. See here, if I on it, you will see the value. This is very important in real time. Okay, and so individual bar labels, individual bars data labels, it will shows it. If you want to see the total labels means, then you have to on this total labels and you will see. Understand? Next one is for general. See same option, the property size, width or anything, height or anything. If you want to change that particular visual, you can in the properties it is there. If you want to change the title of that particular visual and expand the title, and here itself, if you want to change anything, any title or anything, here itself you can change it. Okay, if you want to change the font of this one, or if you want to change the, if you want to increase the size of that particular title or change the text color, background color, horizontal alignment, anything if you want to do it means in the title only you can do it. Same like effects and everything. See here in the effects, background, visual border, shadow. Just now I explained to you, right? Same for this visual also. That means if you know this particular bar chart, this complete line is similar to that one only. Okay, so these are stacked bar chart. These are stacked column chart related thing. Okay, this complete like that. So if you want to take this visual also stacked bar chart, the clustered bar chart. Sorry, clustered bar chart. If you take it also the same like that only, because in this particular page 13 you will see one values only, one values. If you want to take more bars means then you have to use clustered bar chart. Like suppose for example, sales here and the cogs. If I'm taking, see that means previously in this inside of that one it will take it, but here what will happen is for each and everything there are different bars it is showing. Different bars it is showing in the in these bars, different values and everything in different bars it will shows it, and with different colors. Understand clearly? Anyone having any doubts in this one?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
similar like this only. Okay, if you understand this one, see for these are the different things. Okay, if you want to show like this with the different bars and different separate bars and everything, then you have to use clustered bar chart. Similar like cluster column chart, stacked column chart, right? This is a clustered column chart. In this also different bars will be there. Let's see here. So if I'm giving like this, see for all the United States of America, different bars it is gray. But here it is in a stacked column chart is there, right? In the stacked column chart, in the single bar itself, it is separately divided. But here in the column clustered, stacked column chart, this is clustered column chart. In the clustered column chart, whatever the products are there, all the products in different bars it is showing like this. That is the difference. But if you go to the format means for all the options are same. See here, data labels and everything, grid lines and everything is same. Understand? So if you know this particular visual, then you will understand all the visuals in this particular line. You completely you understand or not? Next one is second row. We need to discuss it. This is a line chart. This also very important. Okay. In this line chart itself, okay, it is similar like column chart only, but the thing is it is showing in the bars, here it is showing in the lines. Okay, same how you can take the columns in the x-axis, okay, in y-axis you can take it. In the here in the line chart you will have secondary y-axis also. That means if you put any column in the this also, it two bars, two lines it is showing like this. Okay, suppose if you don't want to use secondary y-axis in the y-axis itself, if you want to put it, means you can put it, there is no objection is there. Okay, in y-axis you can put multiple columns here. If you want to show in a different different y-axis, means then you have to put that column, or else you can put it in the all the columns in the y-axis only. Understand? Next one is legend. You already know, right? Legend, what it will do and everything. So whatever column we are putting in the legend, so this is a product. If I'm drag and drop this product column in this one, because already legend is there, right? That's the reason it is not showing. I think so. Suppose if I'm giving now, you can view, I think so. See here, that means actually what will happen previously. So previously, whenever you take more than one column in the y-axis, then by default legend is enabled for this one. See here, the legend is enabled or not. At that time, you cannot put any column in the legend. Okay, that means now if you try to put any column in the legend, it won't take it. But if you take only one column in the y-axis, and after that if you put any column in the legend, then it will take it. See here, because if you put more than one column in the y-axis, then automatically legend is enabled. Again one more legend it won't enable, right? That's the reason you cannot take any column in the legend. So if you take one column in the y-axis, and after that if you drag and drop any column in the legend, that it will be accepted with the different colors and everything. Here it will shows it. Okay, again if you want to put anything in the title, the same title also you can put it. And if you want to change anything in the format of this particular visual, means x-axis is there, y-axis is there. Okay, in the x-axis if you want to do anything, you can do it here. I told you, right, what is x-axis and y-axis for previous visuals, the same. See, there is no change. If you know one visual how you need to change the format, for other visuals also same thing. If you want to remove it, the extra thing in this line chart is secondary y-axis. Remaining all are same itself, only secondary y-axis. If you take any column in the secondary y-axis, then only you can touch it secondary y-axis, otherwise not required, because we didn't use any secondary y-axis. Then why should we are worrying about the secondary y-axis? Okay, next one is legend, grid lines and everything. See here, and these are the lines. Previously it is columns and bars are there. If you want to change the colors of these particular lines, means you have to go to the lines. Under the lines there is a colors are there. You can change anything here itself, you can do it. Understand clearly? Okay. Next one is markers. Markers means for each and in this particular line itself, for each and that means this, whenever you mouse over it, see here it is showing, right, something default, it is round color, it is showing at the edge of that particular one. Okay, those we can call it as markers. If you on that marker, see here, it will clearly mention that where the values are there. To this one, from this position to this position, only one value is there. Okay, what is this value? France related, what is the value here? These are the markers. If you want to change the markers of this particular one, that means if you want to change the style of this one, by default it is round color, right? If you want to change the shape of this one, there is an under the markers. See here, there is a markers is there under the markers. If you want to take the different shapes, means you see here like this. If you select this one, the particular. If you want to increase the shape of that one, means see here like this. If you want to change the color, means you can change it any color. See here, there are what color you are taking, with that color it will come set. Understand clearly? So this is about the markers and everything. Okay. Okay, again for this also data labels is there. If you want to on the labels, even see, you will see the values of the data labels and everything. Okay, and if you want to see the, suppose for example, if you want to on the series of labels, means that means series of labels means whatever the products is there, those related values here it will shows the this particular line, what is the product of this line. Okay, on the top it will shows it, but here also it will represent it. Those are the series of lines it will be there. Okay, only that part, only the difference. Here in the line chart, what is the difference for bar chart and line chart? Here lines option is different, and here secondary y-axis is different, and markers is different, right? Markers is different, and remaining all are same itself. Understand? What is the markers means? Here it is whatever whenever you have it, how it will show that it is in the marker. Okay, and if you want to change the if you go to the general tab there, if you want to change the title or effects anything, means you can do it here itself. Understand clearly?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, like this we can do it. Okay, this is about the line chart. If you take the area, this is an area chart. When you take the area chart, same, it is similar like line chart only, but the thing is it is, see see when you take the line chart, see in between this there is no shaded part is there, but here it will shaded part also it is there. See here. Suppose country column I'm taking in the x-axis, in the y-axis sales column, in the legend, month name. Suppose I'm taking a month name as a legend, then like this it is showing. Lines will be there, below that the shaded part is there, but here there is no shade. That is the difference, that's it. When you go to the format also, it is showing like this only. Okay, so like this we can give the area chart. This is also same, and if you know this particular one, remaining all are same itself. In this, these two bars and lines also we can include it. Okay, so see here, whatever column you are putting in the line, okay, you can put the line in that one also. Suppose product, the line, see here the product values, this is the line, and if you want to change anything, means lines also you can off it like this. Lines also, bars as well as lines it will be there. Okay, if you want to change anything, means go here and change it like this. Understand? So next one is, these are the overall, if you know this one, this complete line it will shows it. Next one is waterfall chart. That means you will see the values like in a how the water flow is going on from up to the down, how it is going, same like that. In that format it will shows it. Like see here, suppose for example category I'm taking as a country here. Okay, and the cox is y-axis like this. See here, breakdown means something like if you put any sales column in this one, see like this, it is breakdown for each and every sales value, it will shows it. Or else if you put like a breakdown as column, character related column here itself, month name like this, for each and every month it is breaking down itself. Understand clearly or not? For France related, what are the months is there, month like this it will shows. That means always you have to put character column in the category, and whatever the numeric or decimal related column, that you have to put it in the y-axis. Remaining things you know, right, tool tip and everything. Okay, so that we can discuss. Okay, tool tip means whatever, when you mouse over to that particular column, you will see the values, right, that it is tooltip. What columns you want to show it in the tooltip, you can put all the columns. Understand? Next one is funnel. Funnel means see here like this. Oh, sorry. When you click on this one, you will see like it is just like a funnel. How the funnel will be the same like that. Suppose for example, month column in the category, values column in the profit or something like that, right? So any numeric or decimal related column, you have to put it in the values. See in that format itself, what is the for October, what is the total value it is. Okay, this is how it is showing. Funnel means like this format. Understand? Okay, is it clear or not?
Yes, Vijay, clear.
Okay, this is how you can. So for if you want to see the format of the funnel also, see here. If you want to change the colors of this one, you want to give the different color, or if you see here the data labels it is showing, right? If you don't want these data labels, off it. And category labels also, see here, category labels means left side you will see the names, right? If you want to if you want to increase anything in the category labels, if you want to change it, expand it, if you want to change the color, font or anything, you can do it here itself. Understand clearly? Okay, next one is this is scatter chart. Okay, what is scatter chart means? Wherever the values are there in that particular one, like see, suppose for example I'm having this the value. Okay, if I'm selecting this one, so where that values are there, so in this particular one, suppose I'm taking a segment as x-axis and square as y-axis like this. So see here, segment channel partners, where the value is there in this particular one, it is showing like this. Understand? So if you want to plot it related areas related, then you have to take the scatter chart and everything. Understand? Okay. So tomorrow we need to discuss about pie chart and donut chart, everything. Okay. Most of the times tomorrow we will try to complete this one, and then we need to discuss about the service. Okay. In the service, what are all the options is there, how it will works and everything, that we can discuss in the tomorrow's class. Understand clearly? Any doubts, Ravi?